Everybody, welcome back. Taking a look at... I'm trying to adjust my mic here. How's that? Nope, that's fine. Taking a look at a few movies today. I have 3 movies here, so it's the start of Spooky Movie Month. Well, the start was a few days ago. Today's the 5th already, and I've watched 3 movies so far. Wasn't able to watch one last night, didn't have the time. Ended up watching X-Files, so that's fairly spooky for a TV show. So I figured if time doesn't allow for a movie, I'll watch X-Files and Simpsons. Like the Halloween episodes are certainly enough of those to fill the entire month now. So these are the 3 movies that the month kicked off with. So we have the stuff here. This has a slipcover. Let me just push this stuff over here. Figure this out as we go along. So the stuff. And this is the reversible art. So on the other side is the slipcover art. It would change your life forever. And the stuff presumably would do that. Enough is never enough. And this is the limited edition. Yeah, limited edition exclusive. An early pre-release cut of the film featuring over 30 minutes of additional footage and a different music score. That's a pretty substantial bonus. I haven't watched that, and that means the movie would be pretty long, so probably closer to 2 hours, and it feels very long at 90 minutes as it is, but sometimes extra footage can actually make a movie seem brisker. The pace is better, so I don't know if that's the case with this or not, but I'll check it out. So we have this. This was what I watched October 1st, and then watched Companion here, Come Home, the French version. Why did I buy this with French? Yeah, I bought the Canadian release because it was really inexpensive. It was just over $10 Canadian for this, and it was much more for the non-bilingual cover, like $20 more or something. And I mean, I'll live. It's not that big of a deal. So I did not see this in the theater, and I had interest in it. I can't remember exactly when it came out. I just ended up passing on it. And I was pleasantly surprised. I really enjoyed this a lot more than I expected. Any moments that kind of felt half-baked in a sense became fully baked as the movie continued. So if there was anything I was kind of like, I don't really know about that, it seemed like the creators behind the movie felt the same regarding their screenplay, and quickly went in a direction that I was pleased with. So this actress here, I forget her name. What is her name? That's surprising. There's no actor billing at all on the front here. Jeez, Sophie Thatcher. She's in Heretic as well. Also, at least the other movie I'm familiar with that she's in, and I liked her in Heretic. I really enjoyed her performance here too. This is a good sequel to like Ex Machina or something. Not in the sense this is the android robot from Ex Machina, but someone picked up that Tech Bros technology, kind of like a Terminator Skynet thing, like you thought the technology was gone or lost, and someone comes around and finishes it, and now we have all these sex bots roaming around. So let's see here. The last movie we have is The Innkeepers. This is a Thai West movie. I actually don't know who directed this. Companion movie. I'm sure it says somewhere. And this is just the standard release. This had like a limited edition release. It was just too much money. It would have been like, I don't know, with the exchange rate right now, like 70 Canadian or something ridiculous. And I really like this movie, but I mean, I can't spend that much money on a movie. Well, I probably could, but it would have to be like an all-time favorite for me. And as much as I love this movie, I wouldn't, put it up there just yet. So this came out like 15 years ago, I think. It came out. When did this come out? 2011. So yeah, almost 15 years ago. And I forget the actor's name, the actress's name. Sarah Paxton, written right here. So that's her. And I really haven't seen her in anything besides this movie, I think. But I really enjoyed her performance in this. And I looked up after I watched that. This is the second time I've seen it. And I think second or third time, maybe just the second. I don't remember. It's been a while since I watched it. And I looked her up after the movie, and I was like, she must have been in something. And it looks like she was like in quite a few movies in the late aughts or something. But nothing I've seen recently. And then I found out she is married to Zach Kreger, the barbarian weapons guy, who coincidentally actually produced this movie. So, and he's resisted the urge to cast her in one of his movies, and which is fine. But I think she's a really good actor. So, don't know what's going on there. Maybe he has some type of rule about it. So this is the second site release, and this may be my favorite Thai West film. I haven't seen all Thai West movies. I've seen House of the Devil. I've seen this movie, obviously. The X trilogy. And he did this one, like, the Kool-Aid Drinkers. Can't remember the name of the cult. I think he directed that movie too. It was kind of like a film, like a documentary. So overall, I've liked everything that Thai West has done that I've seen, anyways. But this is probably my favorite. I like haunted house movies in general, and this is a haunted hotel. And yeah, out of the three here, if I were to say, I like all three of these movies, but if I were to recommend one, go check this out if you haven't seen it, it'd be The Innkeepers. And especially if you have like a decent home theater, this movie surprisingly has a lot of really effective low frequency effects. So you can see right here on the cover, she has these headphones on, and they're trying to capture audio of ghosts, creeping around the haunted motel. And there's a unique low frequency effect that you'll hear during those moments, and it's a really cool, like, enveloping effect, like a low frequency effect you shouldn't be able to pinpoint anyways, but it really fills the room right up. And the audio design this movie is excellent. Definitely one of the more enjoyable horror movies to listen to in that sense. So I'm glad they gave it such a focus, considering what the Innkeepers are up to, trying to capture the audio of these ghosts. So this would make a good double feature with something like Terrified, another ghost hunters type movie that really caught me off guard with how good it was. So definitely check this out if you haven't seen it. And this doesn't have like any special cuts or anything. And no, I don't think think so. This is second sight, so this was in import. So 2 employees at a rundown inn are desperate to prove the building is haunted before it gets closed down. Unfortunately for them, they may just get what they wish for. So yeah, pretty good. And may as well go and read the back of these, huh? Not much to read here. New Line Cinema. There must be a subsidiary or a branch of what, Warner Brothers? No. New Line Cinema, the studio that brought you The Notebook and the unhinged creators of Barbarian, says it right in the back here, cordially invite you to experience a new kind of love story. This has a Quaid in it. Dennis Quaid is his dad. And he plays a pretty good villain boyfriend in this. One thing with this movie, though, it's bookended with like this voiceover monologue of sorts, and it's identical in both the opening and closing moments of the movie. And I think the ending would have been better suited if, if the beginning didn't have it at all, and you hear it only at the end. It has a very exclamation point type last line, but you hear it at the start of the film, and also it sets up the fates for characters, so you aren't going to be surprised, and I don't really know why they did that. Maybe some of the test audiences or something came back a certain way, but they actually put front and center clearly that she's an android in this. I don't know if it's an android or robot or what do they want to go by. And I guess that was a marketing decision, because it takes about probably 30 minutes or so probably, and for the character here to be revealed as an android. And if you were just going into the movie thinking it was like a Notebook type movie or like a Meet Cute type movie or something, it'd be like take a hard U-turn, almost if you went into like Sinners or something and you didn't realize it was a vampire movie, like somehow you managed to avoid some of the trailers or discussion about the movie. You'd be like, oh, whoa, okay, wait a minute, what the hell am I watching here? So, but they didn't bother doing that. There was another movie I watched, a completely different type of movie. Thor Ragnarok. Is that the one with Planet Hulk? And they really could have kept the Hulk, under wraps, and it would have been a really big surprise. But that was a while ago. I think the back's the same here. So what's going on with the stuff? So the stuff is a new. Can you see that? Not really. The stuff is a new dessert, taking supermarket shelves by storm. It's delicious, low in calories, and better still doesn't stain the family carpet. What's not to like? Well, for a start, it has a life of its own, and we're not talking friendly live bacteria. No. Young Jason, that's me, seems to be the only one who doesn't love the stuff. In fact, he won't go anywhere near it. No, thank you. After having seen the pudding crawl around the fridge one night. Yeah, that's a good enough reason. What's more, everyone who eats the stuff has started to act really weird. Now teaming up with wisecracking industrial saboteur Mo Jason. Mo Jason. His name's just Mo. There's a comma separating Mo and Jason here. Jason must put a stop to the stuff, and the organization behind it will face a gloopy demise. That's not good. But this is very entertaining, kind of 80s satire. And it looks great. It's surprising. It looks really good. The transfer here was much better than I expected. I can't say I was expecting much from the stuff, but this Arrow transfer is probably the best the movie, well, I don't want to say will ever look, but until there's another format besides 4K, which seems unlikely, this is, I would say the best the movie's ever going to look. It really was surprising how good it looked. So, anyways, thanks for watching.